Hello, hello. We are out here. We're doing it. We are, I don't know, streaming, I guess. Yeah. Um, yeah, it snowed a lot around where I live. There, the roads are very scary. So I have spent the last 2 days inside. It's very nice time to just stay inside. It's not even that cold, it's just that the roads are incredibly scary. So what am I doing here today? I am gonna play the Wikipedia game. I'm not sure how familiar that is in the cultural zeitgeist. There was this thing called the Wikipedia game that's been around since I was in like middle school, where you take a random Wikipedia article and you see how quickly you can get to the Wikipedia page for Adolf Hitler. And that's like, World War II is such a wide thing, and like historically that's such a wide thing, so getting to Hitler would be like fairly simple, but I think it was also a kind of edgy, like, just get to Hitler as fast as you can. I think the game is like, you try to get it in like 7 clicks or less, like throughout all the links, and the point is just to like see how everything is interconnected, I think. Yeah, lots of things are interconnected. There is a whole website. I think there's multiple websites, but this one that I'm using, it's called wikispeedruns.com, where you get a random article at the beginning and the end, and you're trying to connect them in as few clicks as possible. You're timed. Sometimes I'll do it timed, and sometimes I'll just like ride the wave, because if I wasn't in the Wikipedia game, then I would be like super interested by a bunch of the links. So it's good that this one's very streamlined. And another thing about this is that there is no Control F feature, so you have to look through everything. And because I only have one pair of eyes, I'm scared that I'm gonna like miss something. And it's like, oh, you could have gotten here in 4 clicks instead of 15. So yeah, usually it's just very interesting to see how things are interconnected. And then if you kind of like know how things are interconnected, you can get there faster. So yeah, hope you're having a very lovely morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. And if you would like, let's do some Wikipedia speedrunning. Ooh, we in? I hope so. Yeah, I got the this mic setup. It's very very nice. Sounds a lot better than the setup I had before. Yeah, and I got it connected to my computer. This was usually connected to my phone, and I got it connected to my computer. So we move. We're good. Let's get cracking, I guess. I don't know what this button does. Oh no. Bear with me. Riveting content. I can't get the page I want to up. Oh, there it is. Excellent. We live, we laugh, we learn. Whatever Alanis Morissette said in that song. Quick play, I'm feeling lucky. And then it just gives you random articles. From documentary film to international chemical identifier. Oh, that's great. I have no idea how to get there. International chemical identifier is a textual identifier on chemical substances. Filmmaking, behavior, photographs. I think photograph, photosensitive. I'm thinking chemicals. I think this is gonna be hard. Oh no, right off the bat. Photography and the law. Technology. There has to be something that is like chemical. I could start over, but it's the first one. Preservation, exposure, latent image, silver iodine, maybe? I hate these really technical ones, either the chemical ones or the ones that are like some very specific software, because I have no idea how to get to them. Oh, okay. International chemical identifier. That might be somewhere here. Arabic numerals. You would think there would have to be some kind of international chemical identifier. Sad no chat on screen. One problem at a time. I'm so sorry. I got too excited about getting the stream running and I forgot to put in my little chat setup. I could do it right now, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. This looks like it should be close enough. International chemical identifier. Adoption by country. Hazard communication, right to know. This is so specific. Adverse effects. International chemical identifier. I think this is like close enough. I don't want to like give up right away. International Labor Organization, nope. Chemical standards. Globally harmonized system of classification and labeling chemicals. That seems close enough to international chemical identifier. IUPAC. I think I'm going to be here forever if I try to look for this specific one. The other day I was looking for a very specific, like, bureaucratic system specific to Iran. I got there eventually, but it was like 15 clicks. Stream idea, get your guitar out and do a song for Hassan's stream, haha. I could. Or that could be just like a regular video. I was thinking of doing something because this little mic has a second one. I could pair one up to my mouth and one up to an instrument and do something like that. Hazard statements. I've already been here 300 seconds. But this seems like it's close enough. I'm gonna give up. I'm so sorry. They're usually a lot simpler. Or I'm usually like a lot better at them. I hope the lighting isn't too blown out on my camera. I am recording during daytime and there's like a big window right here. I think for a first attempt, it's not that bad, my setup, but hopefully things get better with time, like all things. No, it's perfect, thank you. British Library, anatomical terms of location. Oh, anatomical terms of location used to describe unambiguously. This is also hard. God, I came in like, oh, this is such a great, easy thing, and now everything is difficult. British Library to anatomical terms of location. So it's not even like anterior or posterior. It is the word that means anterior, posterior. I thought like atrium or like the hearth of a building. This is also kind of a building, the largest library in the world. The largest libraries in the world. And now we get from here to anatomy. Your background looks so much better than mine. I put these plants here specifically to make the place look a little better. Your setup looks like you worked on that for streaming specifically. Thank you. This was just a random corner of my apartment where I put my computer and subsequently my webcam. And I wanted to have a desktop setup for streaming instead of my laptop. If I find a better setup, I will try to use it. But until then, we just kind of, we move, we vibe. I do not think it's terrible for especially a first stream, if I do say so myself, because I just wanted to make sure everything looked nice and I wasn't like caught with my pants down, so to speak. How do I find anything anatomical like here? I'm thinking of atrium. Boston Spa. Spas mean very different things in Europe, I've noticed. Oh. You think digital memory and then like anatomical terms of location, like a brain. Sound and music recording sound. Oh God, this is usually simpler. I'm so sorry. Why am I apologizing? Like, I'm sorry that I'm worse at this game than I thought. Computer memory. I'm thinking about the term memory instead of like a computer thing. History? Storage. If I can find like the etymology of memory. But no, this is just like 1960s, like actual stuff. I hope my mic doesn't die because I have no idea how to check what percentage battery I have. Storage. Anatomical terms of memory cells? Computer memory. Now I'm in electronics and I didn't want to do that. History of computing. Already 4 links in. It's not great. I'm trying to find a person now and then hopefully get a little bit more organic. Early computation. Oh, Archimedes and stuff. Oh, Archimedes is a person. But what does he have to do with like anterior, posterior? Maybe like an old man who is a doctor, you know, like Hippocrates or something. Known for physics. No, we need something a little bit more humanoid? This sucks. I don't know how to get here. I don't want to quit again. When it's an easy to get from, do not disturb my circles. Oh, that's so funny. In reference, do not disturb my circles, it's said to have been uttered by Archimedes in reference to a geometric figure he had outlined in the sand as he was about to be killed by a Roman soldier during the siege of Syracuse. I'm going to click on this just for fun. The death of Archimedes. Do not disturb my circles. And then you die. Oh, that's hilarious. Plutarch. I'm just clicking around now. It doesn't even have to be good. Roman citizen. Epistema, metaphysics. Anatomical terms of location. What is that? Equestrian. Equestrian? No, that's not equestrian. That is equestrian. But like the Roman version. Mathematics, philosophy. Now the sun is moving and I feel like I'm getting blown out. I've been at this for 400 seconds. The golden ass. Parallel line. This would be easier if I knew anything about ancient Rome. I have no idea how I got here. Alexander the Great. Need to find fertility, agriculture, life. Is anyone here like the goddess of health? Circe. I'm just clicking around now. This sucks. This is usually more streamlined. God of fertility, the afterlife, resurrection. Almost. Nut. Maybe newt? Sky and the stars. Medical. The god of fertility? God, ancient religion, crook and flail. Sterility? We're getting a little medical. But I have no idea how this gets into anterior posterior. I think this run is cooked. I'm so sorry, boys. Okay, remember luck is king, so grab on your lucky hat, grab your lucky socks, and let the games begin. One time I did get somewhere in like 2 or 3 clicks. There are so many links. This is all of wikipedia.gov. I am getting a little blown out. Ooh. Slightly better. How are we doing this fine afternoon? Just gotta check on something. Can't do that. this is fine for the thing I have. Oh. Back to gaming, I think. I hope this next one is a little, I can also like have a an actual start and end one. There is a different website sampling from 3,000 most popular articles, so I can make it like more niche or more popular, but I think this is fine actually. Starting from Apple, starting from Indiana Jones. Ooh, this is cool. There are like different websites that do these speed runs that are more like, how do you get from Milky Way to Heart? And it's a little bit more concrete ideas. And if I start from like a technical thing, it's very hard to get anywhere. Like just a very specific thing. I think that is the point. But if I start with like a country or an animal or like something that has a little bit more reach. Like if it's an animal, you can get this there through biology, through geography, through history. But if you get like, even computer chip is easy, but if you get like a very specific, one time I got like a specific kind of Linux software. I had no idea how to get there. We can also do this in different languages. But I think English is good for now. Let's do another, I'm feeling lucky and hope this one works. Spanish naming customs and copula linguistics. Copula, oh no. Copula is a word or phrase that links. Okay, so we're going from naming customs to something in linguistic. I think this, like you would think it's a little bit more streamlined. Spanish naming customs. That's why everyone has two last names in Spanish-speaking countries. That's why my parents messed up my name on my birth certificate. They kind of put everything in random places because they're used to the Mexican way. And they're like, oh, where do we put this name? I don't know, put it in here. And now every time I like go to the DMV, it's a whole thing. I should get my name amended, but it's annoying to do it. It's annoying to live with it. So who knows? Well, yeah, that's why you have last names like Ocasio-Cortez. Foreign name. There has to be something grammatical in here. Or just like the language of Spanish. Spain. Basque. A word or phrase that links the subject of a sentence and a... Okay, so like the word blue. The word is. Copula. Copula. We can get there in language. If we can get to English, I think, just because this is like English linguistics. Spanish, Catalan, Romance language. Official language in a bunch of places. Spanish dialects, Old Spanish, French, English. English? English, the language. Here we go. Logistics? I don't know how to get here. Modal verbs. Syntax, vocabulary, phonology. Ooh. English and Frisian. Anglican languages. Middle English. Modal verbs. I think is a type of verb. And what is a copula? It's a word or phrase. Modal auxiliary verbs. This is such riveting gameplay. Semantic. Auxiliary verbs. It's getting really specific. There's almost an is in here, and I can't control F. Be being been. Auxiliary verbs. In elementary school, I had a teacher who made us memorize a bunch of like helping verbs, and I still know them to this day. And one of them is. Austin on Hassan's stream right now. Damn. Well, that's the whole point of like, I tried to stream earlier today, like a simple morning stream, but then I had to like get equipment and then figure everything out, and it just took longer than I thought. The helping with moat. Originally, moat was a word to express, while must is past. So like, oh, I moat. So moat it be. Oh, we need to bring back funny words. We need not remain. I feel like is somewhere in here, or just copula. The helping verbs are am, are, is, was, were, be, being, been, do, does, did, have, has, had, may, might, must, should, could, would, shall, can, will. And I have friends from elementary school that like I can meet up with them, and we like look in each other's eyes and we're like, am, are, is, was, were, be, being, been. Like, it is crazy how much like it was like beat into it. Not like beat into us, but like it's crazy how much you can remember things. Grammars, phonologies, English, auxiliary, modal. Germanic, like I feel like copula would be somewhere in here. Modal? Am I already on modal? Oh, modal auxiliary, it depends modality. This gets into the semantics that I am not super acquainted with. I do like, not grammar, but like linguistics and etymology, similar things, but then it gets to this. Oh, it's already been 400 seconds. Modal adverbs, counterfactuals, evidentials. You would think that copula would be somewhere in here. See also. See also. Take me to the see also. Somewhere at formal semantics and natural language concepts. Formalism. Copula should be somewhere in here. I don't want to give up again. This is just a giving up stream. Montague grammar. Semantic. Phenomena. Another thing is that I hate like looking for something or looking through something and not seeing something that's like right in front of my nose, or someone else is like screaming at me like There it is. Donkey anaphora. A donkey sentence containing a pronoun but is semantically bound but syntactically free. I love these weird things because somebody cared enough about language to describe how it works and also make these pages. I think formal semantics. 7 links in. Copula. I am so warm on the trail. Binding. Premises, truth, entails. Methods? I feel like I'm so close. Prepositional predicates. Alice, lambda calculus. I only studied ligma calculus. Do you know anything about Bofa calculus? Situation semantics is a framework. When you talk about words, it is like a little hamster wheel of it's very easy to get into this rabbit hole in semantics, in philosophy, in a lot of things. So this is one of those rabbit holes because we are talking about words. Tense. 600 seconds. You would think there would be a copula somewhere. Questions, subject. A word or phrase that connects the subject of a sentence. I thought is was a verb. But when you think about it, I don't know if it is a word. It is a copula. Auxiliary verbs. Yeah, it's like an auxiliary verb. Do has light verbs. I feel like it would. I am so close. He cogido tu lápiz. I have grabbed your pencil. This says it's in Spanish. That is not Latin American Spanish. You do not say that in Latin American Spanish. That is a strictly Iberian Spanish thing. Watch where you learn your languages, because if you say this in the wrong place in Latin America, it's not good. Copula! I did it! Oh my God. Nine links, 700 seconds, but I did it. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This next one has to be easier. I have lost track of how many rounds I have. See, Afrikaans to Pacific Ocean. It's literally right there. Actually, it's not, because it's like on the other side of the world, but it's like close enough. Namibia, Eastern Cape, maybe an ocean? Like the link to an ocean. The Dutch did so much, like we don't talk enough about Cecil Rhodes and how evil he was. What am I looking for? Geographically. The Dutch. The Dutch need to pay for their sins. Oh, I heard this joke that Michael Che made on Weekend Update on SNL. He was like, he was talking about like how South African white people were like saying that they were being discriminated against, and he was like, "Whoa, I thought white people had it good in South Africa. Must be the Mandela effect." But South Africa. I think they can get an ocean, coastline, South Atlantic and Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean. Where am I getting to? Pacific Ocean. What's on the other side? Pacific Ocean. This is a very direct one. I just keep talking. Come on. It's got to be the Pacific Ocean. Here we go. See, 3 links, 2 minutes. It's a lot easier. Well, if you get like the right ones. I wasn't able to pick a thumbnail for this video. I did have a thumbnail that shows like the Wikipedia page and maybe looks a little bit more inviting. We're going to, I'm feeling lucky. Rotterdam and the Act of Parliament. This one's a little easier, I would hope. Famous last words. Rotterdam. Rotterdam. Act of Parliament. Where do they have Parliament? In Europe. Do they have Parliament in the Netherlands? We can find that out. Government and politics. Constitutional parliamentary system. For an act of parliament. Okay, yeah, we have a presidential system. Spoiler alert, I am American. I did not know there were this many parliamentary systems. One-party state, absolute monarchy. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't think about it from like day to day. Constitutional monarchy with a ceremonial monarch. I think the kings should have less power. Act of Parliament. Act of Parliament. Parliamentary system. Parliamentary republic. Parliamentary system. Characters. Parliaments. I think. House of Representatives. House of Commons. Maybe? Act of Parliament. Form of primary legislation, law pass. Most countries with a parliamentary system of governments begin as a bill. So that's what you call your, your legislature. Type of legislature, an act of parliament. I am so close. I feel it again. Act of Parliament. Parliament of England. Magna Carta? Royal Charter of Rights. English parliaments. Parliaments of England. A parliament. Model parliament. That thing where when the more you say a word, the more foreign it feels. Like right now I keep saying parliament, parliament, parliament. is called jamais vu, which means never seen. Kind of like déjà vu, where you think you saw something again, but jamais vu, which is like, what does this combination of words and sounds mean? Parliament, parliament, parliament. A parliament. Maybe like, was an English parliament, Parliament of England. Act of Parliament. Act of Parliament. Parliament of Great Britain. I think. Acts of Union, Parliament of Scotland, Parliament of England. I'm looking for the bill. Treaty of Union, Acts of Union. I don't know anything about British history. I only speak American. Oh, okay. See, Act of Settlement is an act of Parliament. Here we go. I am at Act of Parliament. But UK. You can see exactly where I'm going with this. Primary legislation. Acts of Parliament. No, I can't go back. Yeah, I can't go back on this website. So I'm just digging a further hole. What are these Acts of Parliament? List of Acts of the Parliament. Parliament. List, same page. I'm digging myself into a hole now. Act of Parliament of Great Britain. I can find one. I did end up on Acts of Parliament, but it was just Great Britain. Issue of bank. No. I'm just clicking stuff. Acts of Parliament. Yeah. List of Acts of Parliament. No. It's over. It's so over. We've never been more over than we are right now. List of Acts of Parliament of Ireland. If we're going about it all wrong. Ireland. This music sounds almost Radioheady. Parliamentary session. Parliament. I'm 18 links in? 400 seconds? What is that? Parliamentary system. Legislate. Oh my God. Legislature. Legal authority. Law. Primary legislation. I think it's this. I need Act of Parliament, but not United Kingdom. Tertiary legislation. Tertiary legislation. Acts of Congress. I'm sorry, I only speak American. Act. Document. I think it's the same in Spanish, like act, document. Because your birth certificate is your acta de nacimiento. Acts of Congress. Acts of Parliament. Is this the one? Oh my God, 22 links, 400 seconds. And I almost had it, like 10 links in. And then I got lost several times. Ain't that just the way? How is everyone doing this fine afternoon? I had some water. Here we go. Hope everyone's staying hydrated and not slouching. Oh, wrong one. I had hotkeys for switching my stuff. Things going so far so good on my end. Hopefully yours as well. Whether you're watching live or watching sometime in the future. Let me know what you think. We only speak American here. USA, USA. What the fuck is a kilometer? We're strictly apolitically American here. USA, USA. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Leave a comment if you would like to tell me what to do. If you have an opinion that is just like burning in your subconscious, please submit it in my inbox. I will get to it within 3 to 5 business days. Make sure you send it with a self-addressed stamped envelope. Gotta dip out. Thank you for joining me on this stream, Wilmax95. You look like you make very interesting videos. And we're gonna keep... Oh, hope your leak's not too bad. We'll see you later. Hope that gets fixed in time. We're gonna keep going with the Wikipedia speedruns. I don't know if I can think of any things to connect. Any two things to connect. There are other like Wikipedia speedrunning or Wikipedia game sites. This site is called Wikipedia Speedrun, so you would think that I would be like on top of getting things as fast as possible. But I just kind of get lost in the, I get very interested in whatever the page is talking about. And I do get on Wikipedia, go down Wikipedia rabbit holes very often. I just like learning about things. I like seeing how things connect to something else. And just like learning about new stuff. I had this page open the other day for long-term nuclear waste warning messages. Let's see if I can look that up. Wikipedia.gov long-term nuclear waste warning messages. Long-term nuclear waste warning messages. I saw someone make a reel about it. And the concept of this is like very interesting. Oh, also Wikipedia is like a free site. Everyone that contributes to it does it out of the kindness of their heart and in their own time. So if you can, I would suggest donating so they can keep doing what they're doing and I can keep doing things like this and I can keep learning and you can keep learning. We can all keep learning. Make it just a nice place to live in. A nice world to live in. There you go. Long-term nuclear waste warning messages. this is a very interesting concept because it's like things that I would not have thought about. Communication attempts intended to deter human intrusion at nuclear waste repositories from in the far future, within or above the order of magnitude of 10,000 years. And nuclear semantics, again, semantics, linguistics, all this kind of thing. So like imagine, like right now, Chernobyl, that whole site, and I don't know like how much of the area is still like radioactive, obviously. If you go there like right now, it is still super radioactive. And so like in 10,000 years, how do we tell those humans that there is radioactive waste here? Proposed pictogram of the dangers of, oh, this is so fun. Like, you have to communicate this in drawings because you have to think about, like, in 10,000 years, how much language changes, how much grammar changes, like, how are we going to let them know, like, do not dig here, do not go around here. And beyond like the practicality of it, it's like it gets very sci-fi because as of right now, like 10,000 years in the future is like sci-fi. Like imagine being in like ancient Mesopotamia and being like, yeah, we stream on our little computers. Like, how do you explain that concept? So how do you explain like do not dig here? And that is just like a very base level. It's not even like explaining like what the internet is or like what we're doing with our little lives 10,000 years in the past for them. But like how do we let them know? This place is a message and a part of systems of messages. Pay attention to it. And so it's like, yeah, these kinds of like it's kind of the same with like this radioactive logo. It was meant to, when they were first implementing these standards of like, this is toxic, they wanted to make sure it was like worldwide, you know, like do not touch this. And that is just like human beings living right now across cultures, across languages. I think we can all like see this logo and be like, yeah, do not touch. Or like this, oh, not that one, this danger one. And we're like, okay, that is toxic, do not touch. But like in 10,000 years time, how do we tell people like, do not dig here, do not go around here? Rudimentary information, something man-made is here, something man-made is here and it is dangerous, who, what, when, where, why, how. And then complex information, highly detailed records. If we could let them know what kind of waste it is, like, just the concept of this is so interesting. And it's very easy to get into like little Wikipedia rabbit holes like this. I don't know if anyone else has like also gotten into the Wikipedia rabbit holes or just is generally very nosy. I think something about wanting to learn more is just like nosy, or just like being curious is kind of being nosy. But like in a good way, because like I don't have to know about things that nobody wants me to know about. That's what books are for. Like, hey, fill your mind with knowledge. The stuff that people do want you to know about. I don't know if I'm, my audio's peaking out, or if I'm just speaking loudly. I hope the audio levels are fine. That is my only concern right now. Or like my primary concern. But yeah, we'll figure this out as we go. I think I'm gonna keep speedrunning it. If you've got any opinions, questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. And we'll get back to Wikipedia-ing it. I have no idea how you would come to this website, but there are, okay, semiotics, radioactive waste. Sometimes a page shows you like how many things have been linked to it or where it is linked to. No idea how you would get to that. We'll do Let's Feeling Lucky again. Warner Brothers to songwriter. See, that's easy. I think that's like a one link, two link thing. And I don't want to, like speedrunning makes me nervous. It does. So I don't want to like miss something or feel like I need to click on something right now and miss something, end up in a little spiral. Songwriter. I feel like I can find it like on this page even, because Warner Brothers Entertainment, and they also have a it's also like a music studio. Film and Media Corporation. Warner Brothers Pictures, Warner Brothers Television Group. I did not know that the founders were Polish, though. Shout out to Poland. I don't want to dox myself. I live around an area with a lot of Polish immigration. So shout out to Poland. Pierogies are very delicious. Thank you for your service. Warner. I feel like songwriter. I feel like I have to look through everything or else I'm gonna miss it. Like somebody that died from an infected wisdom tooth. That sucks. I like not having to worry about things like that in the modern age. I can't control F. I feel like if not the link for songwriter, just like the word songwriter is gonna show up. Yankee Doodle Dandy. Warner Brothers Cartoons. Betty Davis. Vivian Lee. Warner, what is this? Oh yeah, see this Warner Music Group. Okay. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Warner Music Group. Songwriter. Entertainment. Film Studio. Burbank. Stax Records. Grateful Dead, heavy metal. Songwriter. At least I can go through like, yeah, Alice Cooper, singer and songwriter. But Linda Ronstadt. I love Linda Ronstadt. Talking Heads. Speaking in Tongues goes so hard. I feel like there would be songwriter somewhere. So I'm gonna go to Alice Cooper. Look. I knew it. Songwriter is right here and it's not linked at all. Occupation, singer, songwriter. What am I supposed to do with that? I didn't know that his full name was Vincent Damon Furnier. Songwriter. I can't go backwards. Billboard. Pie in the Face. Pie Attack. People don't pie people in the face anymore in this day and age because of woke. I think I might go to a song. I keep getting further and further out. Grammy Hall of Fame. This is such an easy concept to like string together. One would think. Songs of all time. Songwriter. I think it'd be somewhere here. Alice Cooper. Yeah, it's not gonna be songwriter. Guar. Oh, Guar was on that. Cool. School is out. Grammy. Recording Academy. I'm just gonna get further into my hole. The Recording Academy. Grammy Awards. There's got to be a link for songwriter. Big three networks. NBC, CBS, ABC. Songwriter. It's been 350 seconds. Songwriter. Album, record, song, best new artist. Songwriter. Categories. Songwriter of the Year, non-classical. See, I'm back at songwriter. Quality songwriting. Eligibility. Songwriting. Songwriter is a person who creates musical compositions or writes lyrics for songs, or both. So what? I've gotten to songwriter at least twice now, at least 3 times. Categories. I'm at songwriter. What the hell? You'd think I could get to like a link for singer. If I get to a link for singer-songwriter, and it's not gonna... American Songwriter. Songwriter of the Year. Indie pop. Oh, I love the song Graveyard by Halsey. So good. Thank you, Miss Allen. Songwriter. Oh, she wrote Greedy and Feather and Espresso and Please, Please, Please. That is a Songwriter of the Year. Work. She also wrote Tears and Manchild. Cool. Oh, and Appetite. She is putting in the work. Go off, Queen. Songwriter. Oh, she also wrote that song from Trolls. Interesting. Get that bag, sis. You think they're twins? Oh, they're Scottish, the Cocteau twins. Thought they were vaguely European, but Scotland makes sense. Writer. Songwriter. Back to you. If I go to a specific song. Song, or maybe like composition. I wrote it with songwriter ... Bad Liar is also a very good song. Songwriters, here we go. Oh my God, why was that so hard? Unlock achievement in public prompt. Why was that so hard? Ten blinks. What is that? Mic is still on. I'm scared that my mic is gonna like randomly stop. Let's run it again. You can see where my brain is going, right? Podcast to rayon. Ooh, administrative unit of, okay, again, a type of administrative unit of several post-Soviet states. That is so specific. A podcast. I had to make an episode of a podcast for a college class. And so it's swimming in the ether somewhere. And it wasn't like a bad conversation that I had like with a friend about one of our favorite movies. And I got a good grade on the project. But if I started a podcast, I just have no idea what to talk about regularly. And that's what stops me from like doing things. I think too many people are like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast because I'm so funny and so interesting. And don't really add anything to the conversation. And here I am chattering into the ether. But that's kind of the point of this, more stream of consciousness. I think people that do podcasts think it's more stream of consciousness than it should be. I think a podcast should have a structure because it has like a clear beginning and end. And stream is just like literally like a stream of consciousness. You just go on and do whatever. And if you would like to join me, you can do it for free here on youtube.gov. Subscribe if you would like to. Leave a little comment. Ring the bell. Interact in whatever way you would like. I hope this episode of the broadcast has been interesting to you, and I will hope to see you again. Sounds like I'm signing off, but no, we're still here. It's been like a minute and a half on this run. We're going from podcast to maybe Soviet states. You can go to YouTube and then like Google United States. BBC, England, Europe. If I can find a country from here, I think that would be a little better. Yeah, that's crazy how podcast came from like iPod and broadcast. And now we all kind of like just say podcast. And it's not like an Apple specific thing. Like the way we say Band-Aid or like Tylenol in place of acetaminophen. Types of podcast. Crab Nebula. I don't think I'm getting a country here. Podcast clients. See, there are countries here. India, but they're China, but there are no like links to the country. That's where I get caught up. Web syndication. We will go. Yeah, I think YouTube and then like United States, history, the Soviets, somewhere in Europe. I think rayon is going to be difficult. Is a type of administrative unit in several post-Soviet states. Commonly translated as district in English. So how do we get... I had one of these, but it was for like the word for district in Iran. I did not know how to get to it. You would think United States would be a link here somewhere. PayPal, Pennsylvania. I'm just gonna keep clicking into it. Worldwide except blocked countries. Bruno, California, alphabet. We're doing it. No, I wanted United States. See, it says United States right here, and there is no link to it. Here, country, United States. Oh, we kind of neighbor over here, so maybe map, region, demonym. Paleo-Indians. Oh, cool. I love finding out how long people have been there. Okay, Soviet Union. Oh, Soviet Union's collapse, I think. Dissolution of the Soviet Union, Soviet Republic, Soviet states, post-Soviet. Several post-Soviet states, but I don't know which one. I think Rayon would be somewhere in here. Republics of the Union of Soviet. That's crazy how, like, within my mom's lifetime, there were different countries that, like, my mom has been alive to see through. I remember, I think about my mom because, like, she took, one time I came across, like, her college notebooks. I'm like, oh, Czechoslovakia was a place. Rayon, reconstruction, glasnost. Ukraine. Rayon. Rayon. I'm close. I'm getting close to it. Ukraine, Belarus. Oh, cool. Glad everyone that wants to be a country is their own country. Turkestan. Autonomous referendum. I feel like I'm getting close. Lithuania. Founders. History. We're getting close. I can feel it. I got a little spider sense. Administrative unit. Administrative offices. Nope. General. Rayon. 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 Offices? Political repression. I thought that said representation. Never mind. Rayon. Culture. Symbol. Outline of Russia. Darn. Politics? No. Rayon. It's like society? No. Festival. See, why is this here and there's no link? Personification. Russian winter. This winter is unforgiving. It's cold and unforgiving. Just like my father. I can't do a Russian accent. I'm so sorry. My apologies to any of those countries. I can't really do it. Accents in general. 500 seconds. I can't do accents in general. I can do Irish sometimes. That will come when it needs to. Women in Russia. Army. Oh, this is Russia. I need post-Soviet. Anti-Soviet agitation. Post-Soviet administrative units. Conscription? Gay people in post-Soviet states. Leaders, gun control government, ministries. Government of, it might be that. Political parties? Propiska. State ideology. Conscription. Government. Rayon. There are so many links. This would be so much easier if I knew how to read. I don't think I'm getting to rayon through here. Leadership? Administrative unit. Organization. A little closer, a little closer, a little closer. All Union government of Soviet Union. It's post-Soviet. God dang it. Ministries. I'm only 6 links in, but oh my god, I don't want to give up. Am I in Soviet? Government of the Soviet Union. I need to get to post-Soviet. Rayon. President of the semi-presidential system. Mikhail Gorbachev? Yeah, I think I'm... Oh god, I think I beefed it. Unfortunately, I do only know, like most of my world history is very superficial and very American-centric, of course. I would like to know about, I saw this documentary one time about Afghan people, like during this time, like Soviet Afghan, not relations, but like that interaction between like the people and the governments, and it's something that I would like to learn more about. I just never know where to start. And then like a bunch of the world's conflicts, you can see how the scars of like things that happened in the past obviously like affect the future, but you can like see specifically how, specifically why, and learn what to do or not do in the future. So that's always interesting. And with that, I think I'm gonna give up. I'm so sorry. Rayon. Rayon. Who talks about a rayon in their day-to-days? I'm feeling, okay, see, protein to fossil, that's a lot easier. Animal. Protein, animal, fossil. Protein. Okay, this is protein, the class of molecules. I'm going to protein nutrition, nutrients for human body. Nuts, meats, fossil. I think fish then. Fish. Ichthyology. Ooh, there's so many different types of fish. This world is so beautiful. You learn new things every day, all the time, you know? Middle, Cambrian. I think I can find fossil through here. Or fossil through here. Proto-Germanic. Look, see fossil history. Fossil, fossil, fossil. Is there a link to fossil? That is crazy. Jointed neck fish. from 382 million years ago. Timeline of fish. Look at this. It looks like a cartoon. See, these guys are just fossils. Extinct goldfish. Look at that. What page is this? Oh, this is just fish. Fossil history. Timeline of fish evolution. Placoderm. Oh God, sometimes there are things that like animals that are just so funky looking that it freaks you out, you know? Not even just like bugs, but just like very specific invertebrates. Or like the kind of stuff that lives like way deep under the sea. That it's like, I wasn't meant to know what that looks like, but here it is. Pelagic fish. That is crazy. Armored, jawed fish. It's crazy. Okay, hair fossil. See? I told you. Protein, animal, fossil. And then if you think you can do it better, like this time, you can play again the same one. I'll do another, I'm feeling lucky. Fantasy to the Washington Post. Shouldn't be too hard because the Washington Post full of fantasy. I don't know. Graphic novels. Media. History. Modern fantasy. I was thinking about like the difference between like fantasy and sci-fi because it's kind of like they go hand in hand. Yeah, like science fantasy. Oh, science fantasy or like a space fantasy. Incorporating elements from science fiction such as advanced technology, alien space travel, but also fantastical things. Where they're both like we're playing pretend, but kind of just like parallel things. English. I'm looking for Cornell Press. I'm looking for like like literature or something. Publishers? Magazines? The Washington Post, it's a newspaper. Daily American newspaper, yes. Speculative fiction. There you go. That's a little more all-encompassing. Fandom? No. If I go to magazines, it's gonna give me fantasy magazines. Is a magazine. A magazine is a periodical publication. So we had a periodical publication, periodical literature. In Spanish, we call them periódicos. The periodical. Newspaper. I don't know how to get from here to the Washington Post. Unless we go to like American newspapers. Decline of newspapers. Here. Newspapers in the Americas. History of American newspapers. I feel like the Washington Post is old, no? WAPO. American colonies. History of American newspapers? I hope that doesn't launch me into a hole. Omaha Bee. Omaha Daily Bee. Oh, I was like, what is this? Trading cards. List of American newspapers and portraits of their publishers. Who's to say why? The Milwaukee Sentinel. Do you think that's still going? Oh, cool. Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it was purchased by something else. History of American newspaper, yellow journalism, chains and syndicates. The Washington Post is somewhere in here. Where? Who's to say? I'm sorry I'm yelling. And I can't Control F. Roman Catholic. Oi, Mr. Yumida. Extra, extra. That's crazy that, like, in the middle of a day, you could just have, like, breaking news. Newspaper hawker. Chicago Daily News. Popular culture. You would think the Washington Post would be somewhere in here, right? Right? And is it Washington State or is it Washington, D.C.? It's Washington, D.C. Third among American newspapers, the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post. Contemporary muckrakers. Corporate crime. Carpetbagger. The Times of London. New York Tribune. Okay, it talks about, okay, here's New York Times. I think that might be a good bet if I can't find a symbol. Riveting gameplay, just looking through, like, blocks of text. Copperhead. Cartoon. It should be here, somewhere, the Washington Post. New York Herald, New York Sun, New York Inquirer. Somewhere here. I can almost smell it. The Federalist newspaper, a Gazette, I think it's, I don't know how old the Washington Post is, though. Yeah, see, if you have, like, the Pennsylvania Packet, I feel like the Washington Post should be somewhere. Why don't we have newspapers like this anymore? Why don't we have newspapers, period, is the question. Boston Newsletter. It should be somewhere here. Virginia Gazette. You think any of these are the Washington Press? Washington... I could have found that like 5 minutes ago. But yes, you see this, the line of like fantasy magazine, periodical literature, newspaper, history of American newspaper, Washington Post. I think I've got one more run in me, and then I will have to run myself. I'm going to try to explain. First, I hope this is an easy one, or just like a simple streamlined one. Second, I think I'm going to explain like how I want to get from point A to point B, and then see how that plays out. Hopefully in as little links as possible, but here we go. Writers to taxonomy. It's I have no idea. To taxonomy in biology. I think here get to killed on assignment. I don't know how I'm gonna get to tech. Oh, okay. I think Reuters, and then I hope I'm pronouncing that right. To like maybe a person or some kind of like a person, an animal, or a country, and then through there more streamline into animal, and then get to taxonomy biology. That is the plan. And sometimes you have a plan and things just don't go according to plan. And that is just life. But we pivot. New York Times. Association of Collaboration with the CIA. The CIA has done so many sketchy things historically. It's crazy. And that is another thing that I would like to like look into. Just like learn that kind of stuff. If I found a page like this that was just like news agencies, that would have been like a lot easier on the last round. I think here if I can find a... Okay. British news agency. If I could go to Britain, that would be fine. Or like German Baron. Wait, German Baron? That's crazy. I think there's no country links here. There's just people. Berlin? I want like the country if I can. Not the city, because it's like okay, here's the plan. Great Britain, and then like flora and fauna of Great Britain, and then try to get to okay, here we go. Try to get to taxonomy. Fauna of Great Britain. Okay, well, here's a robin. And then taxonomy. Wait. Oh, taxonomy is the scientific study of... ... So that might be... Oh, okay. Classification? Oh, cool. See? Oh, great. That's great. That feels like a solid win. Yeah, sometimes you click on a link and you don't know what's going to come up and it ends up being just a happy accident. But if you look at this path, it is country, animal, taxonomy. So that came in handy. Thankful that that worked the way that it did. I thought I clicked my hotkeys. I'm sorry. Oh, if you see these rainbows, on this window I have a little like film that is like iridescent. This is so... Okay, I don't want you to see my trash can back there, but I do want you to see my face. It's like a little film that shines rainbow. So it shines rainbow through my kitchen. Very cool because I just leave it in one space like year round. And then in the summer, the light is different. And in the, like around this time of year, like after the equinox, I feel like there's more rainbows at different, like at more noticeable parts of my apartment. So that's really interesting. Very cool. I love that. And I also have a disco ball that is great in, I think, the fall time or like the summertime, the way that it hits the disco ball without me having to move it around. But that's great. It's already November 30th. I think I want to put up my Christmas tree tomorrow. I usually put it up like right behind me. So that might get blown out if I stream or like stream from here again. So I'll have to figure it out because I kind of have stuff all over the place. It's a, yeah, not a lot of room to have big, huge stuff in. So when people do have like huge, like 12-foot ceilings, it's like, yeah, fill this up with a Christmas tree. Hell yeah. Get holly jolly. Yeah, I hope my mic levels haven't been peaking too much. I can always turn this down too. I can turn it around. And when I yell, oh, that probably peaked. My bad. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think that is going to be it for me today. An hour and 40-minute stream, not too bad for a first stream. I think I did moderately well, and there are always things that I can improve on. My biggest thing was like, I'm just so thankful that everything worked, and we're gonna try to make things a little better. I think I might do Stardew Valley streams because that's a pretty like low bandwidth game that I can do. I don't want to do anything like too heavy because I don't know if my computer is up for it. I'm glad that my computer was up for a stream though. So maybe like tiny games, more Wikipedia speedruns. We can do like personality quizzes, or we can do like a like just a Wikipedia deep dive, or just like a Google deep dive, YouTube deep dive. I've done, or like I really like those videos of like Jenna Marbles clicking on random videos. So that's a lot of fun. And we can do something like that. I don't know if you can hear my background music. I don't know if that was too quiet, but yeah, something else to figure out. Great. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching either the stream or the video afterwards. Thanks so much. Hope to keep doing this again. Hope to see you again. And we'll see you next time I get online. Might do this sporadically, at least right now when I figure out, until I figure out something solid. I'm thinking hopefully weekly, maybe a little more often, for a couple hours at a time. If I have something to talk about, that would make for a more substantial stream. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll be back. Not sure when, but we can figure that out together. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Have a lovely rest of your day, and see you later.